Okay, good morning, guys. Today I want to go over balancing chemical equations number one assignment. On this assignment, all you have to do is add coefficients, little numbers, in front of each one of the reactants or products in order to balance the equation. Again, the whole goal is we want to have the same number of each element on both sides of the equation. So to fix that, we can only change the coefficient of the number in front. You can never, ever change subscripts. So like this 2 right here, I can't just be like, oh, let's just erase that to make it balance. That changes the entire molecular compound right here, and it just becomes something totally different. So you can only change it by adding coefficients in front. Now, maybe when you first start these, you might struggle a little bit, but you'll see they're not that difficult. I'll do, I don't know, like 10 or so of these problems on here, then you guys can try the rest on your own. Okay, so the first one, the first thing you should immediately see is I have 2 fluorines on the left and 1 on the right. So to fix that, I'm going to add a 2 in front of that sodium fluoride, NaF. But now when I do that, my fluorines are balanced, but my sodiums are not. I have 2 now on the right, but only 1 on the left. So to fix that, I add a 2 there. That's it. You're done. Now, the lines right here, you can just leave them blank. If you really want, for your own satisfaction, to write the number 1 there, you can. But if you don't write anything, it's just assumed it's a 1. Okay, next one's a very similar problem. I have 2 chlorines on the right, and I have 1 on the left. So if I put a 2 right here, I now have 2 chlorines on both sides. And when I do that, I also change the number of hydrogens, so I have to double check that. I have 2 on the left, 2 on the right, I'm good. And magnesium is just 1 and 1. Done. Okay, next one. Very similar problem. I have 2 chlorines on the left, 1 on the right. So to fix that, I'm going to put a 2 there. Now when I put a 2 there, I now have 2 potassiums on the right and only 1 on the left. So I put a 2 here. When I do that now, I have 2 iodines on the left, so I need to check the right. I also have 2. I'm good. Okay, next one. Very similar. 2 chlorines on the right. I only have 1 on the left. So I'm going to put a 2 there in front of the salt. Okay, but now I have 2 sodiums on the left, so I need 2 sodiums on the right. So I put a 2 there. Okay, next one. I have 2 sodiums on the right, only 1 on the left, so I'm going to put a 2 here. But when I do this, now I have 2 oxygens on the left, 2 on the right. By the way, I suggest you guys always do these in pencil because you'll oftentimes be scratching things out. Sometimes it takes trial and error. So I should have started with the oxygen, but it doesn't really matter because I'm trial by error. So I have 2 oxygens on the left and I only have 1 on the right. So to fix that, I got to put 2 over here. But when I do that, now I have 4 sodiums. So I know I already wrote a 2 here. We got to get rid of it. And you got to write a 4. Now, if I was taking my time, I would have looked at it and then done that one first. But it doesn't matter. Just do a try by error and you'll eventually figure them out. Okay, next one. I have 2 hydrogens on the right, only 1 on the left. So I'm going to put a 2 in front of the hydrochloric acid. Okay, now when I do this, I have 2 hydrogens here, 2 hydrogens here. But notice I have 2 chlorines on the left, only 1 on the right. So to fix that, I need to put a 2 in front of the salt over there. But when I do that, I change the number of sodiums. So I have 2 sodiums here. I need 2 sodiums over here. Okay, and the last one of this set, I have 2 chlorines on the left, so I need 2 on the right. But now I have 2 potassiums on the right, so I need 2 potassiums on the left. Okay, now those 7 were the easier type, so I'm going to erase these. You guys can pause if you need more time on these. I'll now do some of the more complicated ones. But you'll see they're never like really that difficult. I'll do number 12. 12 should be an equation which you guys all recognize, hopefully, because you did it last year in biology. This is the equation for photosynthesis. Plants take carbon dioxide and water, and they make sugar and oxygen. Hopefully you guys already remember how to balance this from last year, but if not, let's do it. So see I have 6 carbons on the right. I need 6 on the left. Okay, so I fixed my carbons. Now, the next one I see, again, you don't have to go in this order. You can go in any order you want. It's just the first ones I see. So I have 12 hydrogens on the right. I have 2 on the left. So 2 times what number gets me 12? So 2 times 6 gets me 12. Okay, now oxygen's the tougher one here because you got to pay attention because it's in multiple spots. So if I look over here, I have 12 oxygens here, and I have 6 here. So I have a total of 18 oxygens on this side. Okay, over here, I have 2 here and 6 here. Okay, so I could either add a coefficient here or here. If I add a coefficient here, I'm going to change the number of carbons and hydrogens. I'm going to have to come back here and alter these numbers again, and it's just going to take you forever to do it. It will eventually work, but it will take you a long time. Instead, I can just change the number of oxygen molecules over here. So if I have 6 here, and I need 18, I need 12 more. So I need this number to be 12. So 2 times what is 12? And the answer is 6. So when you do that, you'll see 6 times 2 gets me 12, and that gets me 18 on both sides. Okay, so that was a little bit tougher because we had the element in multiple locations. How about try number 14? So potassium chlorate decomposes into potassium chloride and oxygen gas. Okay, so this one, the first thing you notice is oxygen, there's 3 here and 2 here. Okay, I did one of these in the notes. If you have a 2 and a 3, you have to find the lowest common denominator. What number do 2 and 3 both go into? 6. So I need to make 6 oxygens on the left and 6 oxygens on the right. So I added a 2 here and a 3 here. However, when I add the 2 here, I change the number of potassiums and chlorines as well to 2. So I have to add a 2 in front of that potassium chloride on the right. Okay, how about we try number 15? Okay, so K3 potassium phosphates reacts with hydrochloric acid to produce potassium chloride and phosphoric acid. Okay, first thing I noticed immediately is I have 3 potassiums here and only 1 here. So I'm going to come over here, I'll add a 3. Now, I noticed when I had that 3 there, I now change the number of chlorines. So I have 3 chlorines on the right, I only have 1 on the left. So I need to put a 3 here. Okay, that changes the number of hydrogens. I have 3 on the left, I already have 3 on the right. And then the potassium and the oxygen, they're the same on both sides. So I'm done. Okay, let me do one more. Let me see if I can find a harder one. I don't know, this one looks harder at first glance. Number 33. So calcium sulfate reacts with aluminum bromide to produce calcium bromide and aluminum sulfate. Okay, so this one's a little bit different and difficult because it's got the parentheses over there. Okay, so I don't know. There's not always one starting point. I immediately noticed I have 3 bromines here and 2 bromines here. Just like we did in this problem up here, I need to find the lowest common denominator, which is 6. Okay, so I need to add a 2 here, so I have 2 times 3, 6 bromines. And I need to add a 3 here, so 3 times 2, I have 6 bromines. Okay, now, I don't know, I'm just going to look at aluminums. I have 2 here, I have 2 there, I'm good. Over here, I have 3 calciums. Over here, I only have 1 calcium. So I have to add a 3 here. Okay, now the last thing I've left are the S and the O. I have 3 sulfurs here. I have 3 sulfurs here. I'm good. I have 12 oxygens here. 12 oxygens here. I'm good. Okay, so I just did 11, 1/3 of all the problems on the paper. So you'll see once you guys get the hang of them, they only take 10, 15 seconds each. Maybe there's 1 or 2 on here you guys might get a little stuck on. You can always use the side to do a little bit of math if you guys need. But it's generally just basic addition and a little bit of multiplication. Please try the rest of these and turn this in by Friday at 10 a.m. and let me know if you guys have any questions.